What the hell? Is that the beaver pulling on that thing? Hook up, hook up. Yeah, buddy. Listen to that. Woo-hoo. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Wally Outdoors. Today I'm out in the garage and got something new going on here. It's not too new for me, but it's definitely a newer version of what I used to do. Much bigger version here of what I used to do. And that's a bait tank for catching my own bait and using my own bait this year for ice fishing. So I'm pretty stoked. I went out 2 nights, set the trap one place, and didn't catch a single one. So I was getting a little frustrated, and obviously I knew better than to get too frustrated because it's just the place I happen to be trying for them. But I want to show you my tank and what I'm doing and the bait that I caught today, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned. I'll show you the bait, and I'll bring you out on the water, kind of where I was set up trapping too. Pretty cool little spot. All right, guys. So I'm headed down to the water here to check my minnow trap. It's a little bit breezy, so I apologize for that. Hopefully video comes out. Looks like the trap's still there, so that's good. Gotta be careful here because it's definitely slippery and I do not want to go swimming right now. I'm just gonna put the bucket here and see if we get anything. Let me get down here where I don't fall. Alright. Not a single minnow, guys. Nothing. So that's not good. Alright, I am back out here. I'm going to set a couple more traps and check one that had a few in it the other day. So check it out. Trapping my own bait. This is an easy spot to get in and out of, though. Check these traps. Gotta have your name and address on them. Ugh. Pretty excited to see if I got more this time, because if I do, I'll be setting probably 2 or 3 traps in this one area. The beavers have been in here pretty good. See, for long I'm not going to be able to pull these traps. See, it's icing up pretty good. And I did not bring my... This stuff should break pretty easy, thankfully. I'm sure I got bait under there. What we gotta do is bust up this ice here a little bit. I might actually bust it up a little more out here. Take one of my beaver poles here. Let's see what we got, guys. Oh yeah, we got some more bait in here. Ooh, a couple of good ones. All right, let's leave them in the water for a sec while I fill the bucket up here. Today I'm just gonna dump the whole thing right in. Didn't get as many today as I did yesterday, but the bait was old, 3 days old actually. There's a nice one. The creek chubs. That's actually a fall fish, I believe. Well, there's a tadpole. We don't want him. I'm gonna put him back. See you, buddy. Oh. See if he gets down off the ice there. All right, buddy. Tadpole. We don't want the tadpole. So, catching some bait. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 10 in there or so. Not as many as last night for sure. I'm a little bit nervous about putting the trap back down there because of the ice. And I can break it out if it gets too solid. I just don't want it to freeze in the ice because that will be bad.
Alright guys, so what's about to happen here, I've never experienced before.
It's not gonna, don't look like it's gonna freeze in the ice there, so.
Maybe you guys can explain it a little bit better than I could. If you watch the line here off to my left as I'm just about to walk away, something picks the trap up and starts moving off with it. So, pretty crazy.
Let's go set a couple of more.
So I left this run in real time just because I wanted you to see the elapsed amount of time from when I threw the trap out there and what happens. Obviously it wasn't the trap settling still at the bottom. You can see the line clearly on the ice right there.
Got a couple of spots I think I'm gonna try. I don't think they come up too shallow, but I was contemplating putting one over here. I think it's pretty shallow. I coming down here and pick this out with the...
Yeah, I'm losing my train of thought because I'm seeing the line starting to move. You're gonna see the line right in front of my feet here in just a second move off.
With it later, but we'll see. We got a few more in there, some good ones. What the hell? Is that the beaver pulling on that thing?
My trap just started moving, guys. Something was pulling on the trap. I don't know if there's a beaver down there or something. That was pretty freaky, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe the beaver came by, I don't know, that was kind of crazy. A little bit too freaky for this guy. All right, guys, so here we go. We got some shiners in here that I caught today. There's a couple of dace in there and a couple of chubs, some creek chubs that I got, which are all legal species here in New Hampshire. I check them all before I put them in the bucket there, or as I put them in the bucket, I look at them before I drop them in. So that's one night's haul and one trap, so that's not too bad. Yeah, so I'm pretty stoked. I'm gonna let them sit in the bucket here for about an hour or two till the temperature of the water in the bucket meets the temperature of the water here in my tank. And I'll show you the tank and how all this works. So I went down to Tractor Supply, picked up a Rubbermaid 100-gallon, basically like a trough, a feeder tank for livestock or whatever. And as you see, the pump's kicking over here now. So I just was messing with the filtration system, and this is pretty cool. So all I've done is I got a 500-gallon per hour pond pump that I bought from Home Depot. Picked up a piece of, I guess this is 2x8 or 1x8 on clearance there, just some slat board there, whatever. That was 70% off at Home Depot because I didn't need anything fancy, and it fits. There's a couple of notches in each section here on both sides of the bin, which is pretty cool because it gave me a spot to put the board. I just measured it, cut it perfectly the right size so it won't fall in. Put my 5-gallon bucket on here, and then while I was at Home Depot, I bought a lid for the bucket, and then inside here you see the water pumping down. All that is just some air filters that I had purchased for, you know, you can purchase them for an air filter for like your duct system or whatever for your house, but obviously I'm using them for this. Underneath that, and I'm going to shut the pump off here so I can show you guys, just have it plugged in over here. I'm just going to unplug it real quick. Underneath that here, what I've done is I put a hose clamp on there so it won't come off of out of the bucket. Now some of this stuff I've learned from other YouTubers. I'm not going to get into naming all of them because there was a few different people that I've used some ideas from, but there are other YouTubers who have done stuff like this too. In here I got 2 of those mats, and then down below, and you can already see the stuff that it's picking up there through the filtration, but there's some just regular Scotch pads in there, some heavier, coarser ones down the bottom, and then below that there's actually some regular sponges. Now what I am going to do, I've decided to do, is I'm going to extend a pipe out from this down through the center there, so that when the water does come up and out, it's coming up and out from the bottom, not from there. I think that's going to give me a little bit better filtration. So, because really, right now, all I'm catching, the stuff that I'm catching here is really only getting caught through these top couple filters, not the bottom. Even though the water's raising up from the bottom, I still feel like everything's being caught here and nothing from the bottom. So if I spray the water here on top, and Maine Trout Whisperer, I'll tell you him, he's the one who kind of gave me that idea. You can check out his page and what he's done with his setup too. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm gonna have the drainage for coming out of the bucket back into the tank, a little bit different setup. So, but that's about it. Just sits there like that, and this goes on top. And I've noticed I don't have to really squish down the top or tighten it too bad. Just sitting on there, which is nice, so I can check it once in a while if I need to. And yeah, so let's plug her back in and see how she operates. Just gonna take a minute. But if you notice, it already started. There's already water in the bucket pretty much to the level of the drain, so it's already starting to drain its way out here.
which is great. And that's about it. So I'll come back to you here when I go to put the bait from the bucket in there and get them into their new home. The only other thing that I am going to do is get a air stone, larger air stone to put in the bottom to give me some more aeration, but that should do the ticket, guys. I'm pretty excited about it. Save me some money this year. What's up, guys? So I hope you enjoyed this little episode here today. It may not have been as informative as you guys might like. If you have questions, which I'm sure some of you might, hit me up in the comment section down below. Just ask away. I'll answer as many questions as I can about what I'm doing. This is my first full-on year of like really freshwater trapping minnows. I've done it. I did it for years, saltwater. It's a totally different animal. Catching chubs and stuff for fluke down the Cape. Just can't even compare it to this. I'm learning some stuff along the way, learning that brush pile structure is the key. Find those areas like the beaver dam where the beavers drop the trees and stuff in the water. The bait's going to congregate to that stuff, which I should have kind of thought of in the beginning. And that's working out for me. I'm just going to duplicate those spots. Today I set traps in an area that was sort of similar to that. Not a beaver trap, a little bit of brush. Hoping it works out. If it doesn't, I know what I got to do. So not a big deal. Not a loss. The bait's really cheap. Just stealing some of my dog's dog food, a couple of scoops, one in each trap, and a piece of bread. I mean, you can't go wrong. As far as the tank and stuff goes, you guys have questions, like I said, leave a comment. With that, I'm still learning too. I've learned a lot from other YouTubers, and I think what I have set up is going to work out pretty dang well. The only thing I did change that you guys didn't see, I did put some mesh wire over the top of the tank. I did have two jump out on me the other night, and I don't know how they did it because they're jumping like 10 to 12 inches out of the water onto the floor in the garage. Crazy. But they will jump out. Even shiners can. So it's a good idea to put a cover of some sort over there. And I just use a mesh with 1/4 inch holes or squares in it so they can't get out of there. All right, guys, so I'm here in the garage, and you can see this is the mesh that I was just talking about there in the video. And I'll just set this board on here so I can put my net there or whatever. But this is preventing them now from jumping out of here. And get the light over here real close so you can see the... you know what I'll do is I'll turn the tank off just for a second here. Turn the tank off there for a second, and I'll show you guys the bait down in there. You can see them jumping all around. There's a couple of them in there. In their new homes, which is great. Fresh bait, can't beat it. But yep, this mesh is gonna make a big difference now for them jumping out of there. Shouldn't have any more problems with that going forward. Pretty excited about the bait I'm catching. Mostly creek chubs, some fall fish. I did get one dace, but the rest, I thought some of them were one silvery minnow. I thought a couple of common shiners. They're not. I'm looking at them really well. All that stuff's legal use in New Hampshire anyhow, so I wasn't worried about that. I did catch 2 tadpoles today, which you're going to see me release. That's about it, guys. So I'm thoroughly enjoying this whole trapping thing. Hope you guys are too. I'm going to be doing more of it. This is kind of a new video for me for my channel. I have not done minnow trapping on the channel. So I was asking you guys in the last Quicks video that if you guys had any ideas about fishing, trapping, hunting. This is kind of a little bit of both. So hope you guys enjoy it. And yeah, I'm hoping we get some ice here pretty soon. There was some a little bit north of me. I was talking to some guys that had about 4 inches, which I'd go out on if it was still safe, but we got all that rain and it's not. So I'm hoping this week, we got snow now coming again. Hoping this week it gets cooler. We do have another day that's gonna get warm, so I don't know what it's gonna do, but we'll see. Hoping in a couple weeks I'm on the ice and you guys will see some of this bait I'm catching in action. So if you haven't subscribed, please think about doing so. Hit the notification bell to catch my future episodes. And for now, I will catch you on the next one. Take care, guys.